Good morning, afternoon, no, morning. It's 11:18. It is ridiculously hot. I've had enough already. Glasses are covered in sweat. It's horrible. Right. Okay. 11:18 a.m. and it's just so hot. It's ridiculous. I'm sitting here in the shed with the door shut, just to keep the sun out. I want to make this video because it's getting silly. Anyway, I'm gonna tolerate as much of it as I can until maybe midday, early afternoon, and then I'm going to go and have another cold shower. I started off with a cold shower this morning. I hate this heat. I don't do well with it. My family's got, I'm not ginger, but my family's got more than its fair share of gingers. They're all Irish and Welsh and, you know, Scandinavian sort of stuff. I like winter, to be honest, but anyway. Right, when I made my knife collection series, I mentioned these knives, completely forgetting, because of lockdown and all the rest of it, that I actually had a couple of these on order. And they arrived not too long after I'd made that video, and they've been sitting there in the drawer ever since, waiting for me to introduce them to my collection on video. These are Portuguese knives, MAM. I think you're probably seeing that backwards, but it says MAM, Portugal, since 1870. Now these are very much in that group of, you've got Opinel, you've got Martins, you've got Antonini, and you've got MAM. They're all of a very similar construction, all of a very similar peasant style. They're peasant knives, which is the thing I like. Now, what I find interesting, I've got enough of these different traditional European peasant knives now that I can start to compare them in a bit more detail. This MAM looks a little bit more stylish than the Opinel. It's comparable in size to I'd say a number 10, actually. Opinel number 10. That's roughly, I think, off the top of my head, I don't know, whatever my eyes are giving me, that's a 10cm-ish blade, 4-inch, I'd say. Very similar to an Opinel number 10. But it's when you look at the differences between this and an Opinel number 10 that you start to realise how these traditional European manufacturers managed to produce such high quality knives for such a brilliant price. If you look at the differences between this and the Opinel, I've not got an Opinel with me, and to be honest, every MAM video has an Opinel in it. I'd rather mention them than show them. You can see all these grind lines on the blade. You don't get that with an Opinel. With an Opinel you get quite a nicely polished, not fully polished, but you know, an attractively polished finish. You don't get that with the MAM. You can actually see the grind lines in it. And the finished blade is slightly rough. It's sharp, it is sharp, but it's what Grumash, old Nicest Knives Jim, it's what he'd call toothy. You can hear it rasping when you pull it through a piece of paper. So, whereas the Opinel comes, well, in my experience anyway, whereas the Opinel comes pretty much stropped and finished and ready to use, you get the MAM in need of a strop. It does need a bit of a strop, just to finish the blade off and make it perfect. And it is perfect once you've done it. It's fine. Now the reason we've got that slight give in the blade quality with a MAM is because this costs about the same as an Open L number 10. As far as the MAM's concerned, they've actually got an extra feature in that liner lock. You don't get that with an Open L. With an Open L, you've got the twist lock on the collar. With a MAM, you've got, and I prefer it, to be honest. I prefer it to the Open L version. You've got a little liner lock, and that's taken some manufacturing. That's taken a little bit more. When you look closely at it, you can see that there you go, you can see that there. The blade is actually very slightly off centre, and that's to accommodate the little liner lock. They've also had to mill an extra slot into the handle to accommodate the liner lock. So there's a bit of extra manufacturing involved there. It's not quite as simple to make as an Open L. And the trade-off is in the finish on the blade. Now, if you're somebody who's quite happy to sit there and hone your blades and get them exactly as you want them, that is not a problem whatsoever. And to your average knife collector, it's really not an issue. So what you've got in a MAM is another perfect example of a traditional European peasant knife, but done in its own way. They've prioritised certain features over others, which isn't a problem. That's how these knives need to be. What I like about this one is you've got the very slight S shape to it, which is a little bit laguiole. Makes me think of a laguiole. It's not quite as pronounced as in a laguiole, but it's headed in that direction. It's a nice style. Now, when I ordered that one, I also noticed for £3.50, so why not? This little one. It's got more of a clip point blade. That's about a bit more than an inch, getting towards 3 centimeters long. More of a clip point shaped blade than the last one. Now actually the finish on this one, on the blade, is not sharp at all. It's got a massive burr. Yeah, there it is on that side. Let me see if it won't. It won't. Let's give it a go. Oh, it won't quite pick it up, but there is a massive burr on one side of that blade. Again, I don't think it'll even need a stone, to be honest. Just the strop should do it. But looking over my knife collection videos, I realised I really like the little miniature ones. So when I saw that for £3.50, and I was already ordering one, so the postage wasn't an issue, well worth having. Yeah, so that's MAM Knives of Portugal. I didn't find any UK distributors. The distributors I saw, the distributor I found was a mainland Spain one. So you have to wait a couple of weeks for delivery, but it wasn't too bad. They're worth having. They're nice. They're good little knives. And if you're into your traditional European ones, they're pretty essential, really. They're just another variation on a tried and tested method of making knives. See you later.